And with that loft, you don't have to be crazy aggressive or open your club face too much. So I don't, you just right now, you're probably square to square. Okay. All right, let me see you hit one. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's do that again. What do you feel, or what do you see? Are you trying to hit an inch behind it, 2 inches, or do you just see the destination and just get it out?
I'm scared to death of hitting the ball. I'm aiming like an inch behind it and just trying not to skull it.
Okay.
Like that's what's going through my mind.
Great. I mean, that was actually quite good. Yeah, it's the sound I wanted, impact. It's really good, though. Okay, and we understand speed through the down the bottom of the golf ball. That's great. Meaning we're not slowing down. I see the finish. Okay, so if we were trying to now, so you're a little bit better than most. So now we're going to get a little bit more technical slash get this ball a little closer. I mean, right now one went over. So again, you admittedly said I just want to get it out of the bunker. So right now you're swinging more. I'd say like not a driver swing, but hard. Okay, so I want you to feel like you're going to finesse one up into the hole. Okay, shorten the swing, open the face, open your stance. Do you understand how those work?
I believe so.
Okay. There's a perfect example.
What you don't want to do.
Well, no, it's not so much that you don't want to do. It's just that you went back shorter, but you still swung through as fast as you were with the normal swing. So if I were going to hit this shot here, go ahead and stand right there for me. I would open my club face up just a little bit, and then what we want to do is wherever the leading edge is pointing, we want to turn our body to make our leading edge point at where the ball's going to go. Okay, so it's easy when we're square and square, because now our toe line and our leading edge is pointing directly at the target, right? But as soon as I open this face up a little bit, that leading edge is pointing over to the right, so I need to open my stance ever so slightly to match my face angle, right? And then I'm just gonna feel like, so as long as we have some speed down at the bottom, we don't have to get really big with our swings. And on this one, you're just kind of getting this out over the top lip and let it run to the hole. Now see, I pulled that one just a little bit, but you see how I'm not trying to rip through it. And I want you to feel this on this next one, where you're just feeling, club kind of goes up and hinges just like you're doing, and then your handle just kind of goes through it, and it kind of just splashes it out. Okay, hop in here. So I want you to open the face just a little bit. Not a ton. And then you're gonna feel like, yep, so the leading edge is pointing over here. You're gonna put that ball a little bit more forward in your stance, just a little. There you go. Yeah, that's all I wanted open. I don't need it open a ton, it's already 64. So just there, so we're gonna be aiming slightly left of our target. Now the big thing here is though too, you're gonna swing along your target line right now. So you're gonna feel like this goes outside the target, outside your line just a little bit. And then just let the club...
I want it on the line?
You want it more on the line, correct. You don't want it to go too far inside. Although I don't mind where your club's going. Good. Good. Now on this one, I want you to feel like we're gonna have a heavy thump in this thing. So that was a pick clean. So that was more like just on the top surface. I want you to feel like, I want to hear that sound. So don't be afraid to thump it. Now, your ball's back in your stance too far. Remember, the further up in our stance, the higher the softer the ball's going to travel. The further back in our stance, the lower it's going to go. Okay. So give me a good thump at the bottom, and then finish. Good. Much better sound. Go in. Good shot. So we need to start
hurting a little ball though.
It's okay. You hit a little bit close to it. That's not the terrible thing, but you want to feel like this part's hitting the sand first. The back part of the bounce feels like it's hitting into the sand first, not the leading edge. The leading edge does, and then it can dig. And we want to feel like that's why it's called bounce, right? It goes into the sand and bounces back out. That's why it's called. So I want you to feel like that bounce is doing the work. So you're going to feel like the trailing edge is going to thump the sand first, about an inch behind it. Okay. Good. Good. Let's do another one. Okay, a little close to the ball. Not go over. No. Oh, it was perfect. Sounded like it was a little bit close to the ball again. Okay, so draw a line, or what I'll do for especially juniors, I'll draw a little circle, and I want that whole island or whole thing blown apart, right? But I don't want you entering too far behind. So let's see where we're entering the golf ball here. So that came out a little softer because you can see how far back behind we hit. And again, that's fine, but we're going to have a little bit more speed. Would you agree?
Right.
Okay. See where we enter again? Good. Okay, what happens if we have a upslope? What are you going to do? There's no wrong answer, remember. Never a wrong answer. But we have to set up accordingly, right? So we already have loft. So think of it this way. When we're on a hill, we already have loft because of the terrain. Okay? So if we open this face up here, you're going to have to hit this harder because this one's already going straight up just from being on this hill. If it was up in here, it'd be even more. So you're going to feel like you're more level, and you're going to feel like you're moving. Remember when we were talking about lies when we're hitting on the fairways? It's not necessarily the same here. I want you to feel like you're going to sit into this one and then hit it. Right? You're going to feel like you're going to take a little bit more sand here on this one. Because we already have loft. So we know, think about in your mind, I already know I can get this out of the bunker just because it's up on this hill. So now all we have to do is we have to feel like we're pressing in our left side, and we're just going to kind of thump it out of there. And with 64 degrees,
it doesn't need to be front in the stance a lot more then.
Doesn't have to be, because remember we're going to try to attack this on the down, right?
Just still open like it was back there.
No, it doesn't. We don't have to open the face because again, we already have tons of loft.
So that opening is to get the additional loft.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Correct. And to add a little bit of bounce so we don't dig. Okay, so now this one, you're just going to feel like you can do it two ways, but I feel like if amateurs get too far in terrain and shoulders level to terrain, the ball's just going to go straight up and land right here and back down. So you're going to kind of thump into this one and feel like you're going to put as much sand up on the green as you can. Beautiful. That's exceptional. That's super good. Okay, let's do one more. Good. I don't care. They're out, right? That is good. And these are somewhat like I kind of got, because usually it hits and rolls down to the base. But sometimes they're going to get stuck in here. So now what happens? Now this will happen for sure. This has happened to me a dozen times. Where the ball
feels like an actually easier shot to me than
and
it
is
intimidating a little bit too.
Well, because
like you're
yep. And that's a great. Now, what if we have a plug live? And this happens all the time. Okay. Now I want you to set up the same way and just dig it out of there. Now this one you can feel like you're going to attack. You don't need to feel like, yep, that's perfect. Fantastic. That was awesome. That's all. You just have to make sure we have speed in the bottom. Okay? But now, what happens if we have something like that but down here? What if we get a fried egg, it's called?
Well, I got to get down under it.
Right. Now there's a couple different techniques we can use. Go ahead and hit one like you think, like you would if you didn't know anything about, if you just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna get this out somehow. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. And I want you to feel something different here. Go ahead and set up. Set up like you're going to hit it, just like you just did. And then I want you to turn the club this way. Sorry, this way. You're going to re-grip it. Okay, just like that, about 45. Now make a normal swing. You can put this back in your stance just a little bit. Perfect. Normal swing. You're going to hood the club just a little bit. Now don't start opening it. It'll come out even easier.
That felt weird.
Yeah, it does feel weird. Here's
Do I need to aim different, or was my swing?
No, it's going to go left just a little bit because the face is close. But ultimately, if I come in like this comes in, it gets rid of the sand, and then it almost comes out, and it starts to open the face just a little bit, and the ball comes out. But you're using the nose of the club to knife through the sand. So if it's sitting down here like this, and I have to come in this way, I have all of this mass hitting the sand at once. So all I'm doing is I'm coming in like this, and I'm going to keep it right there, and I'm just going to make a normal little swing. And this is going to come in and kind of go like that. Kind of will open even more. But it's going to pop out. If I have that same shot, and I come in with a leading edge like this,
that's what mine did.
Stops the club so much more, and it shuts the face a little bit. This one opens the face a little bit. You want to try it again? And this one, your amateur partners will be like, "What is going on? What is this?" So it doesn't make any sense.
45
degrees.
degrees.
Yep, and you're gonna feel like you're aiming just a hair
More
right
in the middle.
Yep, just a hair right of it, and you're just gonna thump it, just like we were with the normal lie. See how easy it comes out?
So what happens if you get, so like, a lot of times I get the one that like just trickles in. So like I'm way back in here somewhere with a slight downhill.
Yeah.
To me, that's the, that's the harder one.
No, these are impossible. So in a nutshell, if I have this lie right here, I am just trying to get it on the green so I can maybe make a long putt for par. Right? Because this is tough.
Because even down in here is where, to me, that's the harder. I do.
No, I 100% understand with you. So yeah. So, and we have this lip back here, right? So we can't extend, because as soon as that happens, we're going to bounce, and we're going to skull it, and then we're in the bunker again. So on this one, how I do it, this is one where I would open my face, open the club face, and then I'm going to feel like I'm tilting down, right? So that's going to help us go where? Steeper. And then you're hoping that you're matching your steepness with the face angle, and you can get this ball, and you're going to stay pivoting on this left leg, and you're just going to kind of go up, down. Let's see if I can do it. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I can chip that in. It's just off, but I'm not in the bunker again. So now you have a luxury, you have a little bit more loft, so you might be able to get this ball up a little faster. Okay? So
even when it comes to course management, there are times where you're evaluating and you're saying, okay, I'm not going to try. I'm realistic about where I am. I'm just going to try and. So I don't think I do a good job with that. Sometimes I try to think I do too much instead of just. I guess that will come with the actual course management.
Okay, so course management comes when you kind of have we'll say no less than 70% certainty where your ball's going to go. Because if you don't, you're mentally saying, I want this angle into the pin, but your miss is way right. So that you know, and now you're in the trees over here. Well, course management. Now the course management goes to, well, how do I get it back into place so I can get it on the green in the next shot and then one putt. But if, and I agree with you, the course management is massive. I mean, that's how the best players in the world
Do you
shoot
find
the lowest
yourself
scores.
at some point, like at my level, sometimes I'll just be like, okay, I'm not sure what to do, but I know what I don't want. I don't want to be here, like, again. So, like, I'll try to, like, avoid, like, the worst case scenario.
No, I mean, that's the right way to think.
It's amateur thinking, I'm
It
sure,
is,
but I mean...
It is. So, for instance, for me, like, if I have an impossible shot and I don't think I can get it or on the green, I'll actually aim for a bunker, because chances are I'm going to be able to get it up and down from the bunker. So I'll actually hit it in the bunker on purpose, knowing that I'm either going to make it from the bunker, or, and if it's an easy bunker shot, if this thing's 60 feet high, then I'm not going to hit into it. But if this was this bunker and I had no opportunity to get it on the green, and if getting it on the green might get me over into more trouble or out of bounds, I'm going to hit it in the bunker, right? I'm going to pop it out, and I'm going to be like, oh, I shouldn't be there in the first place in the trees, so I'm not going to try the hero shot, because my percentage to hit it from that onto the green and keep it on there without it going out of bounds or over is probably 5 or 6%, maybe 10. But if I hit it in the bunker, I'm only going to waste one shot.
So you're almost looking ahead and saying, okay, I don't want to be there, but from here, what's my highest percentage to still get it in this number? Okay, that's
Correct.
A totally
So I'm
different
going
way of
backwards.
thinking.
I'm going like, I'm not going to risk making 8 because I go out of bounds. Then I have to re-hit it. Now I'm in the bunker. Now I'm out and I 2-putt. Well, that's a whole bunch of extra strokes I just added to my scorecard. When I'm going to take my medicine, as we call it, and I'm going to hit it in the bunker. I'm going to punch. I'm going to hit out. Most likely, in my mind, I'm going to get up and down from the bunker. So I'm going to make bogey instead of triple.
That makes sense.
So that's kind of how I think about it. So let's hit this shot. So you're going to feel your shoulders there. Because if you get in here, right, and you start coming down, it's going to bounce and you're going to either whiff or you're going to top it. So you've got to feel like your shoulders are steeper. This way, go. Turn your left shoulder down. There. Feel that?
Yeah.
That's how you're going to have to feel it. Now you're going to feel too that club's here. And the shoulders are going to help you swing what? More negative or steeper into the golf ball. And again, this one you're just trying to get over this front lip and somewhere on the green. Okay? So you came in a little bit too shallow. So you've got to feel like, so if I was hitting the shot, I'd feel like my club's coming this way. Right? And don't worry about your follow through too much. Because the follow through is going to be weird because you're really going straight down into the sand. So don't feel like you've got to flip it out of there. But you're almost feeling like you're going to cut, you're splitting a piece of wood here. That's almost your feeling. The hinge straight up. There you go. Better. Better. So now do that same thing, but feel like that face is wide open to start. Wide open. Yep, and then take your grip. Perfect. There you go. There you go. Get in. And that's really all you're doing from there. This isn't going to be this high, super soft one, but do you feel how much more spin you could put on that one?
And is that the same principle if I was right
Absolutely
here?
It is.
So that's that
Absolutely it is. It's
that same type of swing?
Yes. It's the same setup.
So that's my hardest thing. Downhill lies
these
are my hardest.
Downhill lie for a green that's going away from you, right? Ultimately, we never want to be here, but we find ourselves here sometimes. So yes, again, same type of thing. You're on camera, good. You're going to feel like your shoulders are going to be level to terrain. However, we know that that's going to deal off the club, correct? Because of the downhill. So that's when we have to open it. We sit here, but our shoulders, and we're really in our left side. Look at my right foot. Nothing. And then it's almost like we're going to go up, and then that club face is never going to turn over either. Okay? It's just going to slide right through. I just didn't hit it hard enough. But that's going to slide right through. But when I finished, I almost finished like my right hand's going this way.
Exact same principle.
Exact same principle. Exact same principle. We have to understand where our shoulders have to be. Because again, if you set up normal, right, your brain, when you set up on this, if I was lefty, when you set up on this, your brain's going, okay, I got to stay balanced. Now your shoulders don't work, and it's going to be this. Skull. or super fat. But if we're here, now we can swing along our shoulder line and we can get that club to get up. So go ahead.
That's what I think I never knew before.
Yep. So you're going to feel like, remember where my foot was, there you go. And don't be afraid to open that face just a little bit more. Perfect. Good. Now it's just reps. That thing came out beautifully. You hit it, obviously just a hair too hard.
I could never get it up like that before. From that, I never had my shoulders down. That's what I was missing.
Yeah, yeah. It's normal. The brain makes you go like this. Oh, I'm gonna stay level.
Yeah, and
but
then
now all of a sudden I've got you feeling here.
Totally different.
Yeah, good.
In fact, sometimes I probably did the worst thing. Sometimes I was back in here thinking maybe I could get under it more.
Right, and then all you did was hit it fatter.
It's the exact opposite.
Correct. But you also have to remember, once we get our shoulders level to terrain, that's going to deal off the club. So that's why we have to open. There you go. So just do half a speed of swing you just made, and this should pop out very nicely. Beautiful. Hit the pin. Fantastic. So much easier. So much easier. Another one?
It always seemed like such a hard shot before. Now that seems.
Well, that's the thing. If we set up correctly, now it's not so hard. It's really not that hard. I agree.
I never had the club face open that much.
Beautiful. And it's actually going to have a decent amount of spin. It's not going to run away from you crazy. Okay, so now what if we have a lie over here that's downhill and side hill? What do you think of that shot? But you can see, then naturally, what would you do?
Well, I know it has to still be downhill.
Correct.
My guess would be I got to aim a little bit left because it's going to come out a little bit right.
Good. Yep, that's correct. Because already your brain should be saying, oh, I got to make sure this face stays open. So we already know by opening your face, the leading edge is pointing right. So yes, this ball should come out right and or right spin. So now you just have to get yourself, you may have to feel like you're sitting down a little bit more and in that same feeling. Here, it's going to look like a little choppy down into it. And you're going to sit down like your butt's sagging underneath you a little bit more because the ball's lower than our normal. You're still in the, perfect. Oh, how good is that? That was good though. The only thing be careful that you're not too close to you. That's the only thing I saw. You might not have had enough room for your hands to swing through.
Felt like I slowed down swinging too. Versus
well, and that's when we have to really feel like we're sitting. Because if we start standing up at all, we're gonna be in trouble too. So you're sitting on this because the ball's below our feet plus a downhill lie. Good. Hit it. Good. Excellent. Okay, what are we doing there? Your setup is the same. But now we hit this like a bunker shot.
Going back to the turn club?
No, that's a tough one in the grass.
That's club only.
That's in the sand really only. I've never tried this actually in the rough, and it's not going to work as well. This one we're hitting it like a bunker shot though. We've got to hit behind this one and have speed, right? Because we're not going to be able to, what you feel like, get under it. So you're going to set up just like we did, open face, but you're going to now pretend you're in a bunker and you're going to hit about a ½ inch to an inch behind it, and you're going to make an explosion shot in the grass. And this will come out kind of knuckling. Beautiful. Yeah, now sit down on it. Let's a little bit more. There you go. Okay. That's okay. All we did was we hit on top of the ball, and literally you're going to feel like you're going to come in steep, and you're just going to you're going to try to feel like Earth's moving the ball out of the way. Just like the ball rides the sand out of the bunker, you're going to feel like that divot's going to push this ball out, and you're going to have to feel like you're going a little steeper into it. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Sounded like you almost carried that one out of there.
Yeah, what was that about?
It's just stuck to the face, and it almost was like it was riding the face, and then you hit it a second time. Which there's no
swing fast enough. Is that why?
That you're releasing the face instead of feeling like it's staying.
Okay, so I gotta.
So if I put my club here, go ahead, no, set up. If I put my club here, I want you to take your backswing without hitting my club. Now, I need you to feel like this club is going
So it's back to
straight up and then down.
You're getting thing again. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And you're literally, you can even leave the club in the ground on this one. You don't have to follow through. You're just trying to feel as much speed into the back of that, right behind the golf ball. Okay, not bad. Not bad. So I'm gonna hit one so you can see it on video. So if I'm in that position right there, I'm setting up just like we were setting up. And I'm just, see where my hands are going? Here. And I'm just gonna slap down behind, I'm gonna hit like right there with the face even feeling like that. And that's gonna pop right out. So visualize what my hands and arms just did. Literally, I just picked it straight up, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm hitting the ball instead of getting behind it.
Yep.
So
And you can play this maybe a hair back in your stance a little bit more. Remember, we're hitting behind it. You're hitting this fat on purpose, Kev. Okay. Close. So, take your grip and feel this. This is what I was doing. This is what you're doing differently. Grip it. I want this club to feel like it goes up. And then we hit it just like that underneath it. So I'm trying to get this part of the club smashing into the ground right behind the ball. I'm not trying to attack with this leading edge.
Okay.
I'm just trying to literally, so my club would feel like I'm coming this way. But my hands are still moving like to my target, but I'm trying to feel like I'm hitting it back in here. Just pick it straight up and thump the back of it with the bounce. Okay? Now, if for some, now see how you're still going back and around?
Right.
You're going back and around still. And I want you to feel like, grip it. Go ahead and grip it. The club just literally goes. Feel that?
Yep.
I'm just hinging. I'm not even really moving my shoulders. You're still going way in here. And you're going to be coming in too shallow. You're going to feel like you're going to dink yourself in the forehead with your wrists. Hinge it, thump it. Okay, almost. Okay, so no ball here. Just take the club and just go like this. There you go. There you go. Thump. There. That one right there would have been perfect. Now feel that same thing. Feel like the back of this right here, Kev, is just going like that. There you go. Now we just need more speed. That's ultimately what it is. Okay. How about a simple one like this? What would you do?
I guess I'd play like a little flop shot.
Yeah, love it. Beauty. I gave you an easy one just to get you out of this. This was a little bit difficult. And that is, look, Kev, I mean, you have the best players in the world that would doing the same thing. I mean, I hit mine and mine just got over, right? So it's not like that's the easiest shot in the world, period.
Well, that's difficult because it's a different swing than any other shot you're doing.
Right. And if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
Right. All right, come down, hit these last two, and then we'll go up and get those balls, and we'll work on a different type of bunker shot. Nice. That's okay. We just hit a little bit far behind it. If we're going to hit that far behind it, we're going to have a little bit more speed. If we hit a little closer, that would have been perfect. Pretty. Good job.